Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce my group. My name is Tiara Fidelia and my partner is Windy Nur Aini. So we are from group 1 and we are going to discuss about the importance of materials development for language learning. Okay, before we discuss more about this topic, let's we know about what are materials. Materials are anything which can be used to facilitate the learning of language. For the example are including course books, videos, grade readers, flashcards, games, website, and mobile phone interactions. Ideally, the materials should be developed for learning rather than for teaching, and they should perform all the functions, such as first, informative, or informing the learner about the target language. Second is instructional, or guiding the learner in practicing the language. Third is experiential, or providing the learner with experience of the language in use. And for the fourth is eliciting, or encouraging the learner to use the language. And for the last is exploratory, or we help the learner to make discoveries about the language. And the next is, what is materials development? Materials development is a practical undertaking involving the production, evaluation, adaptation, and exploitation of materials intended to facilitate language acquisition and development. It is also a field of academic study investigating the principles and procedures of the design, writing, implementation, evaluation, and analysis of learning materials. Why is materials development important? Because in most language classrooms throughout the world, most lessons are still based on materials. So, materials development must be central to any course designed to train, educate, or develop new or practicing teachers, and it must be accorded significance by the applied linguists and teacher trainers who run such course and or publish articles, chapters, and books for use on them. From the explanation before, the role of teacher as material developers are constantly evaluating the available materials, adapting them, replacing them, supplementing them, and finding effective ways to implement the materials chosen for classroom use. And next, we are going to talk about the main of this topic for several fields. First is materials development for teaching, training, development, or education. Second is materials development for practicing teachers. Third is materials development for materials writers. Four, materials development for researchers. And for the last is a materials development for applied linguists. Okay, so for the first, we are going to talk about materials development for teacher training, development, or education. So, the important things for materials development to foster the sort of effective are: first, the experience of materials development is hands-on. Second, the teacher receives constructive feedback during and after the course or project. Third, the teachers receive positive support and stimulus during and after the course or project. Fourth, the deliverers or the course or project are enthusiastic and experienced materials developers. Fifth, the deliverers of the course or project are knowledgeable about psycholanguage acquisition, research, classroom research, and other relevant areas of applied linguistics. The SIG, the deliverers of the course or project, offer powerful views but do not insist on agreement with them. 7. The course or project links practice to the theory and theory to practice in ways which help the participants to select, adapt, and develop materials in principles and effective ways. 8. The course or project provides guidance for the participant but also gives them some responsibility for making their own decisions. 9. The participants are encouraged to work together collaboratively. And for the last is the participants are encouraged to self-monitor and self-reflect.
Okay, now let's move with me with Nur Aini. Right now, we're gonna discuss about why practicing teachers need to study materials development. Firstly, do you know who is practicing teacher? Practicing teacher is a college student who is teaching under a supervision of a certified teacher in order to qualify for a degree in education. In Indonesia, we usually call them as guru PPL. Practicing teacher need to have this course as a basic skill because guys, you're gonna be a teacher in the future, you're gonna face a real student, you're gonna serve your materials, and of course, just like Tiara said before, no course book can meet your needs, can meet your class needs. So yeah, every teachers need to have it as a basic skill, and also you are practicing teachers. It's the best approach to be effective in stimulating teachers to rethink their position as a teacher that need to help their student to facilitate their student in language acquisition. And also by studying materials development, practicing teacher can achieve a personal and professional development. Okay, in the third section, we're gonna discuss about why materials writers need to study about materials development. Just because you are a materials writer already doesn't mean you don't need to learn about materials development first. You may feel like it's useless, nothing, and etc. But guys, trust me, it's like a big step to take a big opportunity. Let's take a look to the next slide. By taking materials development as a course, materials writers could stimulate their thought, discussion, and energy and facilitate the development of awareness and skills relevant to the writing of the materials. And their skills gonna be improved, and of course they're gonna have a career advancement. Let's take a look at what David Noonan have said in the next slide. David Noonan said that the best way to draw yourself to the attention of a publisher is to offer to review draft materials that are in development. If the publisher likes your review, they may ask you, or you may offer to be involved in the writing ancillary materials such as workbooks, teachers' manuals, quizzes, online games, etc. to accompany the main course. David Noonan is one of the best materials writers in the world, and we also use his book. So, you won't disobey his advice, right? The fourth point, why researchers need to learn about materials development. There has been a dramatic increase in published research on materials development in recognition of how important it is as one of the most applied areas of applied linguistics. Okay, now let's take a look why applied linguists need to learn about materials development. Materials development was considered insufficiently theoretical to be accepted as an academic area of applied linguistics. As I said in the fourth section before, materials development is one of the thing that popular to be discussed, to be learned by the researchers. If the materials development is the part of your area, of course, you need to have a deep comprehension about it. So welcome to the conclusion section. Now, it's obvious that material development for language teaching is very important, both for practical undertaking and as an academic field of study. For teachers, materials is like a fundamental. No course book can meet the class needs. So you, as a teacher, you need to do the materials development to meet your needs, to meet your class needs, to help your student to achieve the language acquisition. So that's all about the importance of materials development in language teaching. We hope you guys can understand the video. Thank you for watching, and last but not least, if you guys have any question, you guys can ask in the Q&A section. We will try our best to answer your question. And last word, wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Stay healthy and see you!